How do you manage your notary business finances like a pro? This is arguably one of the most important videos I can make for you guys. And I really wish my brother was here to explain this because he did a great job. So when we started our notary business, we were like, I knew off rip that I wasn't great with finances. So I went straight to reading. Mike McAllowitz. I don't know if you guys know him, but the book Profit First. And this is just like secret sauce, man. Secret sauce. That Profit First book, read that because that is how we run our business. That's how we're doing this, everything within the system. But basically, just to start off from the beginning, let's say that you're making less than 5,000, 2,000, 1,000 as a notary. You, as a business owner, you need to get into the habit of making and keeping track of your money. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by using Excel. So now, anytime I create any sort of business, whether it may be notary business, maybe be any of my other businesses as well, from the first day I start spending money on that business, whatever it may be, best believe I'm writing it down. Everything. So what I'll put is something like, let's say that this was a sheet. Like, let's say this is your Excel sheet. I'm putting expenses right here, and then I'm putting revenue right there. I'm keeping track of all the expenses, negative this, negative $1, negative $20, negative $30. I'm keeping track of all of that. And then in another column, I'm keeping a track of how much the business made. So I'm doing like 30 or this 20. This was $10. And then I'll have something like profit right here. This is good game, guys. Oh my gosh. My one-on-ones, y'all already know I'm sharing the sauce. And then I'll put a formula right in here that tells me the revenue. So then I'll be like, okay, that's going to be, all right, he made 29. All right, man, he made 0. All right, he made, you know what I'm saying? I do stuff like that. And then at the very end of the page, I put what my sum was. And then I put this for the month. Because you need to know how much you're making every month, obviously. That is only like that's as basic as it gets. Keeping track of all your expenses, keeping track of your revenue, because you need to know, like, all right, I'm spending money on all of these things, so that way it'll teach you to stay within the green. You'll know by just looking at this chart, oh, wait, I'm spending way too much money. And what I will always tell people is when you're starting off any business, your best bet is to start off cheap and try to stay in the green, unless you find a system that works, and then you can scale up with ads and stuff like that. But your best bet is to get things in your business that directly bring you an income. So don't spend on frivolous stuff that makes you feel like you're doing business. Spend your money on things that are actually going to contribute to the business. So for example, you need a website or you need a landing page, but you don't need several different landing pages or several different websites and 20 different pages. You start off with 1-2 pages because it's going to be cheaper to pay somebody to do that. Don't go ahead and try to get just frivolous things, just dumb stuff that makes you feel like you're doing business. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start getting things for my car. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this cool notary sticker and put this on my car. You know what I'm saying? Just like dumb frivolous things that you know that can't directly bring you back money. Try to stay away from that, especially when your business isn't in the green. If it's not making a profit by the end of each month, don't start like that. Get stuff that you absolutely need. And I do that now. Absolutely need. And be careful of subscriptions if they're not bringing you an income too. Don't be quick to start your business and join any type of subscription service off rip, especially if it's not going to bring you in any money. So the analogy I've also said in like other videos is when people enter into a newer business, one of the things that they tend to do is get all the tools for that business because they want to feel like they're in business. Me playing basketball, me being a boxer, you always know who the new guy is because the new guy always has the latest gear. He got the cool boxing helmet on. All right, he got the nice brand new boxing guard. All right, he got brand new shoes, brand new gloves. All right, he got a mouthpiece. All right, he got some goggles so he doesn't get hit in the eye. He got extra tubs of Vaseline to put on his face. It's like, all right, bro, you're doing a lot. You must be new because the people that are experienced, they're only using the stuff that they know they need. I'm going to put a helmet on, put on some gloves, and I'm going to throw these old stinky shoes on. This is all I need to box. And that's the same thing with the notary business. I hope you get the analogy. You don't need all the tools to be a notary. You just need the stuff that's going to bring you in money, and build off of that when you get a profit. But yeah, going back to it, not to stray too far off. I'm using Excel. Other tools that you could use if you don't want to use Excel and you're not familiar with like using formulas and stuff like that, is you can use a CRM kind of like Monday, or Monday is more so like a project management tool. You can use that to keep track of your expenses. And the reason why Monday is great is because with Excel, although you can do charts and stuff like that, it's a lot easier on Monday. You can make your bar graph charts. You can make your pie charts after you set it up correctly. Things like that. You're able to do that through Monday. And you can also get a free plan. But either one of these, honestly, the tool doesn't work. The action does. Keep in mind, because people are going to ask, oh, what tool do you use? Bro, and now that I'm saying this, it's making me remember how I was asking my mentors and stuff like that too. The tool doesn't matter. As long as it's not crappy, it doesn't matter. What you're doing matters. So you actually taking the time to look at your expenses, writing them down, and document, that matters more than, excuse me. Oh, am I going to put it in this pink spreadsheet, or should I put it in the blue spreadsheet? It doesn't matter. It just needs to be in a spreadsheet. That's what matters. So anyways, keeping track of this, keeping track of Monday. Keeping track of your Monday or keeping track of your Excel. Next up, you need to read this Profit First book. I know a lot of y'all not gonna do this. Probably majority of you guys are not gonna do this. But this right here probably helped us gain. I'm not gonna lie. If there's two things I can attribute a lot of my success to in the notary business, I can't believe I'm sharing this. The book called Traction, and there's a book called Profit First. Start off with Profit First if you want to understand the actions, if you want to understand how it works. But basically, when you get your money, it's kind of different from your general accounting principles. It's called GAAP accounting, general accounting principles. I think that's what it stands for. It's different from that. So instead of following the general accounting rules with Profit First, it's like, all right, I have a percentage allocated towards each thing in my business. And this might go for some of you guys' head, but I'm going to try to explain it the best way I can. It'll probably be easier on a call. You know that 20% is going to go to my 30% is probably going to go to my operating expenses. 20% is going to be profit. Another 10% is going to be taxes. When your money comes in, you need to like organize it into different accounts ASAP. You need to organize it into, and if you're not used to having, it's funny, it's spelled PTO. If you're not used to having like multiple bank accounts, when it comes to your business, when it actually starts growing, you better get used to that, and you better get used to that fast. Because what it does, especially if you can automate it, is it protects you from you. It protects you from mixing in your operating expenses money with your tax money, or stop you from mixing in your profit money with your operating expenses money. Because what will tend to happen is entrepreneurs just have one bank account and everything's coming out of that. Why would you do that? Why would you? Because if you see $100,000 in your bank account, I'll take it down. If you see $10,000 in your bank account, it's going to feel like, oh, I got $10,000. But it's like, of that $10,000, you really got like 2 bands. You got $2,000. But when you're seeing all of that, you're not subconsciously, you're not allocating that money towards the things that it needs to be allocated towards. You don't know that, okay, a chunk of that is going to taxes. Okay, a chunk of that is going to my operating expenses. When you can actually see it and it's separated in different accounts, it's kind of like setting up insurance for yourself. You're insuring yourself that, like, okay, when you see like this account has tax money in it, you know, why would I even touch that account? That account is for taxes. Okay, this account is for operating expenses. This is making sure that I can pay for my website each month. And then this is my account for profit. And from there, you can pull. It goes into a little bit further detail, but I'm giving you guys a rough overview. That's what you need to be doing. Because that's going to tell you when you have these percentages, if your percentages are off or if you need more money in operating expenses. It kind of shows you where the holes in your bucket are when you set up your accounts like this. If you read the book, if you watch some YouTube videos, it'll explain that to you also. But if you leave this video without anything else, remember, one, to keep track of all your expenses. Use a system like Excel or Monday or any type of system you want, but it doesn't matter. Like for new businesses, when I first start them off, even to this day, I still use Excel. I'm just throwing them in Excel. Every time I make a sale, boom, I put it in there. Every time I spend this money on ads, boom, I put it there. Just so I can have a clear picture of like, okay, I'm spending too much money. And then after that, you want to put in your you want to read profit first. You might even want to read that first. I wouldn't even say traction. Yeah, that's it. You need to keep track of your expenses, get the Excel sheet, read profit first. Do those 3 things, you'll be ahead of most notaries. For sure. You're gonna be ahead of most of them. Because you have to get your finances down packed in your business for it to actually grow. Because when everything is allocated towards the places that it needs to be, when it's time to invest into like ads and stuff like that and buy other stuff, like let's say courses for your business, then it's easier to do that. You don't have to worry about like, oh, do I need some of this money to do this? No, because it's organized in accounts. But that's the easiest way to explain it to you guys. If you need help, book a one-on-one call down below. I'll explain it. I can have my brother come on. He can explain it as well. If you need to get some free tools, go ahead and get that free starter kit down below. It'll help you out as a notary, beginning notary or experienced. And there's also a paid bundle down there that you have like 300 signing services you can sign up for to send you business. You got phone scripts in there that I use that you can read down. And there's email templates also that you can use as well to send out to get some solicit some business. But anyways, let me know if you need help. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, and your boy Knowledge is out.